I'm an egg. It's gaming. Meow. Good day, mate. Welcome to Ham and Egg Video 2.
Yeah. I don't know if we're going to title a video like that, but this is how this one's starting. Welcome. We thought it would be fun to just kind of keep it fresh for us. We really hated that last location, and we thought it'd be fun just to see what other options were around.
Yeah, we're trying out new locations. Last one sucked. You might look at this location and be like, this one looks worse.
Yeah, you might hate this one more, but you know what? We give you options. You can go back and re-listen to old news about Bethesda being acquired by Microsoft, or you can enjoy a more ASMR approach to the gaming news.
Indeed. Well, how are you today?
I'm great. You know, it's a nice day. Wish it was a little colder, because I'm that kind of person. But I played there's a new mode in Warzone that everyone gets an armored truck.
You didn't play Horizon Zero Dawn?
No, I haven't played that yet, and I won't. I keep looking at the audio recording and not into the camera. So, and now I'm gonna look into the camera. Okay. Yeah.
I think we'll throw in at the end what we're actually the box we're in right now. You'll get a nice look.
Yeah, we just thought this would be a challenge for us to record in, and I think it would bring out something good in us.
Yes.
And it seems like it's kind of soundproofed, and our audio was a little wild last time. So I think we're going to an extreme this time to
audio, baby. Yeah. Audio. Anyways, Warzone,
yeah. It's a new mode.
Is it a 50 gig update?
You actually have to buy a new external hard drive to play it. It just comes preloaded, and that's the only thing that's on it. That was a terrible joke. Anyways, yeah, it's just an armored truck that everyone gets, and you can upgrade the armored truck, and you just drive around, and if your truck is still alive but you die, you can still respawn. But if they blow up your truck, then you can't respawn anymore. But you can buy your truck back. It's pretty wild. It's insane.
That sounds amazing. I mean, yeah. Quinn and I have a deep history with the love of crazy vehicles. Mm-hmm. So that sounds like my kind of vehicle.
It absolutely is. It's like it really channels everything that we really love about just like SUVs or minivans, and taking them to the extreme. Christian and I may or may not have driven his car off a jump.
I had a town and country Chrysler minivan,
which is usually, he said it in the reverse, usually say Chrysler Town and Country, but
it's a town and country.
But
Chrysler's last.
It's an innovative way to say it.
We take it into the town and we go into the country.
Yes. So a lot of gaming news we're covering today. Not really. There's been not really a lot.
The acquisition from Bethesda last week was insane news, you know.
No, that's crazy news.
And so that's just the way way news goes. Some weeks it'll be insane. Some weeks it'll be like, oh, the Warzone update. Mm-hmm. Or did you see the Assassin's Creed story mode?
No, what is it?
Trailer.
Like for Valhalla?
For Valhalla.
Oh, I watched a trailer for that game, a gameplay trailer, and I was like thoroughly bored by it. I wasn't really that interested.
The thing about Assassin's Creed is it's the same.
Yeah.
You know, and
like Origin was a nice refresh.
Yeah.
But it's still like it's too gamey.
Yeah.
Like there's too many things, there's too many like icons on your screen at once for me.
And I mean you look at the first Assassin's Creed and Assassin's Creed 2. That was the height of Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
And then there are some good titles that, pop up.
Assassin's Creed 3.
Black Flag
Assassin's
was
Creed,
good. Was a
Assassin's
good game.
Creed Unity. Oh, it's fan favorite. And I think people also really liked I'm blanking. There's Assassin's Creed made for the PS Vita. But actually I think that one was fine.
Yeah.
I don't know though. There's so many.
nothing changes. Like nothing crazy where it's like, dude, because that's like I think what I'm looking for in Assassin's Creed is something similar to what I saw and experienced with the new Modern Warfare, where it's like Modern Warfare was it's a completely different Call of Duty, and that's what brought me back to the series fully.
Oh no, yeah, I know what you mean,
and that's what I'm looking for in the next Assassin's Creed game.
And it doesn't look like you're gonna get it.
Yeah,
it looks a lot like Odyssey.
So I mean, I do like the Viking era. That's a cool era to explore, and they've like introduced some new things. Like you can build a town. And so it's like I don't know.
I did see they added a mini game where they allow you to just like rape and pillage, and I thought that was pretty cool. And especially for the stuff that's been happening with Ubisoft's executives, I thought that was really brave of them to include that, since it seems like that's what the executives at Ubisoft are doing to their own staff. And so I was like, wow, this is like art imitates life, I guess.
Isn't Ubisoft based out of France? Is that what it is?
I think so, or like Montreal. I mean, it's always a French guy running it. But yeah, that's another side news. I don't know all the facts about this, but I just know that Ubisoft has been having trouble.
Yeah. I haven't seen I think what they've done with Rainbow Six Siege, awesome. But
what they've been doing to their staff, not very awesome.
Not really great.
Very awesome.
Not really great.
It doesn't seem like that's been a cool DLC pack.
On the topic of companies,
yes.
Let's talk about EA real quick and Mass Effect.
Oh, of course.
There's a lot of crazy leaks, tons of random rumors. It's coming. No, it's not. It's coming now. It's not coming anymore. But I'm pretty sure it's coming.
I hope so. I mean, I would love to be able. I mean, I've been wanting to replay Mass Effect for a couple months now. I mean, I can do it like whenever, but I just, you get busy. But I think it would be fun to be able to replay it. I guess the question is what kind of remaster or remake this would be, because, I mean, a game like Crash Bandicoot or whatever, or Tony Hawk, like, those are like small games. They're not, like, Mass Effect's huge.
It's a huge game.
And there's tons of characters, and, like, so I feel like it couldn't be a full-blown remaster. Or even if it is, I mean, it's just, you're like making a new game.
Yeah.
Like, so I don't know. I don't know what that would be.
Yeah, it'd be nuts. I mean, like, Mass Effect 1, the great thing about Mass Effect, if you haven't played Mass Effect, go and do. I would say maybe even don't wait for the remaster.
Don't wait. Just get on PC.
It's so good. It's so good. And the reason why it's so great is because there's 3 games, and you can connect your storyline from the first game to the second and third. And all your choices from the first game carry on to the second and to the third. And so you get this amazing story arch of your different choices throughout the 3 games, and it's super satisfying. Maybe not the ending.
I would say what is cool to me is like the story transfers from 1 to 2, and then when you hit 2, like you'll see small characters will walk up to you and have like you helped them, or anyways they give you something. It's just cool because they're just like little side characters that you helped in the first game. And then once you hit the 3rd game, none of that really happens anymore, but it's still fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't really, I mean, it's still like, it's not, Mass Effect 2 was a really, really hard game to follow up, because Mass Effect 2 is like one of the best games I've ever played.
Yeah.
Anyways, so Mass Effect 3 came out, and we were all like, I mean, everyone remembers how bummed out everyone was.
Yeah.
And then we were
the combat, awesome.
Combat was great. Multiplayer, surprisingly good.
Amazing. Yeah.
And then we were like, oh man, it sucks that it ended this way. And then BioWare and EA were like, it'll get worse. And then they released Mass Effect Andromeda, and we didn't realize how good Mass Effect 3 was. And we were like, God damn it.
Actually, these games are really good. Wow. I'll take number 3.
You know what? That ending was perfect to me. Just stop this.
Stop the madness.
Stop this. Yeah. You know what? Because I was thinking today that my Mass Effect 1 was published by Microsoft Studios. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, yeah, it was. It was. It definitely was.
Because it was on 360 I don't think it was on PS3 for a long time. Because then EA, I think, bought them or whatever. But I think that maybe since Mass Effect, I feel like is in such a weird state, and I don't know like how valuable the IP is anymore. Maybe Microsoft should just buy it back. Be like, no, you guys can't do it, and then they'll
now's a good time to buy it back. Phil Spencer, where you at?
Buy it back,
where you
and
at?
then give it to 343 Industries and watch them tank it as well.
BioWare. The similarities between BioWare and 343 are quite strong.
I mean, the thing that sucks, which is it's insane how accurate this track for the track record of EA buying a studio that's great and then them inevitably crumbling. And it's just how often that happens is pretty remarkable. And I feel like because they're so consistent with it, I almost respect it.
Yeah,
They're like, because they're just like, this is what we do.
We're gonna give our shareholders terrible results.
We're gonna
actually
grind them.
No, they give the shareholders great results because of the amount of crap that they put into their games. Mm-hmm. So let me take that back.
Yeah,
but
I mean, it is pretty wild though that this EA's tear seems to be slowing down because they just made every game available on EA Origin available on Steam. And EA Origin was like the direct competitor to Steam, but I think they've been doing so bad that now you can buy Mass Effect 3 on Steam.
And now EA Play on Game Pass.
Which at this point you're like, none of your new games interest me at all.
Yeah.
I don't care. Now I can play it. Now I can finally play
Except
Anthem.
Except for Apex.
Anthem
Anthem
is what I'm excited to play.
Anthem was what I play all my time with.
That's all I do.
Yep.
I am just waiting for the next content drop.
Anthem's the new Mass
year
Effect.
And a half. Anthem is. That's the other thing. Then we were all like, "Wow, Mass Effect Andromeda can't get worse than that." And then EA and BioWare were like, "It can.
It can get worse.
It can get worse." And then you're gonna wish for Andromeda after we show you what we're working on. Yeah. So I think that was wild. Yeah. But anyways, I hope that they'd be cool if they remastered it just to be able to play it on.
I don't know. I mean, if I just had if like there's two ways they can do it.
Mm-hmm.
They can either go in and just give it a graphics update where everything's streamlined across the whole thing, and I would be happy with that.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like I've played all three games. I know what playing Mass Effect 1 feels like to 2 to 3.
Mm-hmm.
I know that expectation. If it gets a 4K update, awesome.
Yeah.
But the other way you could go about it is you basically have to uproot everything about the gameplay in Mass Effect 1. The elevators in the Citadel on Mass Effect 1, just the way those, just like the loading times, how everything like speaks to one another, you would have to uproot a lot, especially in the first one and then going into the second and third.
So that's why I feel like it just can't be, because like especially apparently I read something that one of the developers on it said the Mass Effect, it would have been out I think sooner, but Mass Effect 1 is a bigger problem because the gameplay is so different from the first two, the last two, but what are they gonna do? I imagine they could tweak some things, like maybe like some like the way like the controls are like handled or whatever. Something. But I mean, even then though, I love Mass Effect
remotes.
Wii remotes, and if in one hand you have a nunchuck, and the other hand you have a PlayStation Move.
Dude, what's the ship? What's the
Normandy?
No. The little 6-wheel ship.
The Mako.
The Mako. Don't touch the Mako.
No, the Mako
gameplay.
is perfect.
Don't touch the Mako.
I don't think
gameplay.
they're confident.
No matter what you remastered, the Mako gameplay stays the same.
I love it. I think I don't know why they're like all trepidatious about Mass Effect 1. I love that game. And if some people don't deserve to understand how good that game is. They don't understand the Mako. They don't understand that if you're playing a certain class, you won't be good enough with all the weapons. And if you try to snipe, you just are like, it looks like you've drank half a bottle of Jack, and you're like, you keep moving around like this. Yep. But it's fun and unique. Fun. And if you and the weapons are like totally weird, but they're just, it's a fun game.
Yeah, and all my buddies that got into Mass Effect, I told them straight out the beginning, you're playing it for the story.
Yes.
You're not, especially when you start with Mass Effect 1, you're not playing for the gameplay. You're playing for the amazing story, the amazing characters, the immersion, the different storylines that you're able to create. And so if they can keep that intact seamlessly, I'm game.
Yeah, I think I'm into that as well. I just think it just needs a little just a little touches, maybe some bump up the resolution, add some HDR, whatever. Maybe you tweak the controls a little bit so it just feels a little tighter, and I feel like you're good to go. Because like the game itself is great.
Yeah.
So just give us the game.
Give us the game,
guys. Be confident. Just go
make
for
a good
it.
choice.
Come on, guys.
Yeah.
Look at all the other shit remakes people have made, and that are not of games that aren't that good.
They
remade Prince of Persia.
Do not follow the Master Chief Collection launch. You're smarter than that.
I mean, we just now got Halo 3 ODST on PC. 2020 Mass Effect Collection. Did it come out in like 2015?
I remember I came home from Chile, living in Chile, and I think that was 20. What was that? That was 2015. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's when it was like, oh, Mass Effect, Master Chief Collection. It's out. It's not out.
Yeah. It's real rough, but you know what? 343. At least you stuck with it, and we can now, like, you're starting to make people happy, because apparently the Halo 3 and Halo 3 ODST PC ports are great.
Yep.
So good job. You didn't give up.
But,
you know, hopefully this trend continues.
And more important news, Farmville.
Oh, yeah. I think kind of to round things out here, we've got to talk about what really matters to us. And
it's Farmville.
Yeah, and that's
Farmville.
Like an end of an era.
End of an era. Mm-hmm. Remember when I think I logged on to Farmville, I don't know, it was like 2009.
Yeah.
This is my only, it's like my mom would take my Xbox for something. I'm like, at least I have Farmville.
Yeah, you always have Farmville.
You always had Farmville.
No.
So, Farmville, the Flash for Farmville is being pulled and removed, no longer supported. So I'm really interested to see. And they still have a following. Like, people still log on to Farmville.
They have a community. They have a culture. And it's a real shame.
It's a real shame.
You know, I felt this. I feel your pain, because I logged onto Facebook a couple weeks ago, wanting to play a classic Tetris battle on Facebook, and it's no longer offered by Facebook.
Yeah.
And I felt very sad, but then I remembered Tetris 99 exists on my Switch, and I'm okay now.
Yeah, okay.
But I think, though, in recognition of Farmville being taken off Facebook, I think we should have a moment of silence, which we'll start now.
Anyways, was there anything else you want to talk about?
That's it.
Okay.
We're in a cramped room, and my leg is falling asleep.
My leg is asleep.
So I feel like this is a good enough time to cut it. Yep. And what words should we leave people with? The words that are popping up in my head are, I will never play Horizon Zero Dawn.
Tons of Corona in here.